Hey everybody, this is Kathy, and this is, I think, one of my favorite layouts in a long time. I dug out this acetate frames and black tags, some dark elements, and craft cardstocks, and this film strip, a lot of older products with this sketch, and I got to pick the sketch this week. And I used my punches. Yeah. And these wooden blocks, lots of different techniques. And I found another ring stamp, and I'm going to use my Distress Oxides. So in the sketch, which I will try and put up in one of the corners, it shows some distressed look around the edges of your cardstock. So since the photo is of my daughter Amanda, and it's so it's light in the background, and it's kind of like a silhouette of them. But my daughter has pink, blue, and green, and you could just barely see it. I'm using those colors around the edges and the lines that you see in the sketch. And I'm just taking it and just barely using the edges and just swiping it up. And that way, it kind of makes the color of her shirt it just ties in with it just a tiny bit. I just love all the techniques that it gives. So with the stamping, I'm going with black close to my heart ink. And as you can see, I tried the color on this brown cardstock, and then I also tried the black on it just before I use it on my craft cardstock. So I build a cluster down in the right hand corner, and I love how it turns out in the end. And then I love the cluster on the right bottom, or kind of right side of the photos. And I'm really sorry about the glare on my photo. I've been trying to catch it and lay something over the photo so it don't glare you. So I lay that down, and then I start kind of overlapping my stamping. And then I switch to my stamping blocks. And first I use the wood grain, and I just take a little corner of it and put a little bit down here. There we go. And then I put a little bit up in the middle. Sorry about that. My husband come in while I was doing a voiceover. Okay, then I put a little bit, I get my writing script one out. That's one of my favorite ones. And I bought that at Hobby Lobby. So I have to make sure I get the writing going straight up. So I put some down underneath where my photo's going to be. And then I put some up in the top right hand corner, and then down in the bottom right. And that just goes underneath my cluster. All right. So I like that. So next I'm going to start gluing down all these layers. It's a good way to use up all these acetate frames. And then I had to bring in these black tags just to kind of bring in the black silhouette feature in my photos. And off camera, I tied some bows. My friend Becky started doing that, and I just love when I seen her do it. And I used to just tie them and then let the twine, but when I seen her do that, I loved it, and I started doing it ever since. I just think it just adds that detailed touch to it that I just love it. Thanks, Becky. All right, so I need to add a little bit of pink or blue. See, I added a little bit of blue to those homemade circle embellishments. So, oh gosh, my hair. I am so sorry. I am turning gray. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. God. Oh, I look like a skunk. Do you see that gray stripe? Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to really start thinking about coloring my hair. Oh, my daughter Amanda used to do that for me, and she's gone. Nikki, she just don't do stuff like that. Oh, good gravy. Okay, hopefully you won't have to see that again. Okay, I'm going to cut that in half. And that way it can extend. Don't that look good with the black? I just think that pops. But I do put it over the tag, top tag. Yeah, I think that it pops, the pink pops on the craft cardstock, I think, and it pops with the black. I love it. And that paper under that I had flipped is Vicki Boutin, and I used the dark blue. It kind of looked like it went with the black, so I went ahead and used it. I really wasn't fond of that paper line, but I'm using it. Okay, so I am gluing those cute little bows on. All right, now I am using some thread. It shows in the sketch where it has that some kind of like circle element, so I'm gonna tuck some thread in. So I tuck some of this fuchsia pink, and it just kind of adds that little texture. And then I build on top of that. I even dig out some burlap flowers, and then I dig out some other flowers. I have so many flowers in my stash that I would love to start using up. Okay, I'm going to use these gold glitter dots that I get from Close to My Heart. And if you would like to purchase anything, I'll have my link below. Now these are the homemade embellishments that I made with my 1 inch circle punch and my 1/2 inch circle punch. And then I put a gold dot in the middle. So I put the burlap flower down, and now I'm tucking those little circle things underneath and kind of putting one up on the photo there. Okay, this is where I dig out a fuchsia flower. It's a small little 7-petal flower, but I'm thinking about it first. And I have that little scrap that I tore. So I guess I do that first, and then I decide to get out the flowers. So Sorry for reaching. I'm getting my stapler. And that is usually how I staple on things that I can use that stapler. Okay, now I'm going to bring the thread part down to the bottom to match up there by my photo. And I'm just going to tuck it in there. Like that. And then I bring in the third circle bit. And that just kind of goes with. I had a lot of fun creating this layout. It just got me to out of my laziness that I've been creating layouts. I normally do like a simple, I'm kind of like a simple layout kind of girl. But this layout, just with the sketch I picked out, I kind of challenged myself to do different things. And I had kind of, the stamps and the film strip, it kind of showed frames while I had the acetate to use, and it really challenged me to use different items and old items in my stash. Here's where I bring those flowers, and flowers I haven't used. I've had them in my stash probably since 1990s or 2000, and it made a pretty page. I love how it turned out. And the mixed media. I have all this mixed media in my stash, and it got me to use it. So the last thing that I do for my page is what they're doing on the beach is they're looking for shark teeth. They're in North Carolina, and Braxton finds all kinds of shark teeth and adds it to his collection. So I put shark teeth. And this is Braden and Braxton and Amanda. So I'll have a link to all the ladies, and please go check out their channels and see what all they're creating. All of us girls seem to flip the sketch, or we all do different things, and I love all of our layouts. Thank you all for coming, and have a lovely day, and I hope you hit my like button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.